on the road, lines at the airport, crowds everywhere, all with the same idea in mind: get away from it all. But it's anything but. Indeed, one wonders if that summer vacation is even worth looking forward to at all. Which is why we recommend a couple of nights or a week in a luxury hotel close by. Our choice for the ultimate staycation destination, the new suite of the Sofitel Philippine Plaza Hotel in Manila. There's nothing like being welcomed by the hotel's general manager himself, an honor extended to all guests of the top suite. Sofitel GM Goran Alex is no stranger to executive class. He's given us the grand tour of the hotel many times in the past, wowing us with wave upon wave of welcome changes to the 36-year-old landmark hotel formerly known as the Philippine Plaza and the Westin. We've seen the transformation of the hotel into a worthy Sofitel luxury property for ourselves. Elegant touches of French savoir-faire, like the daily candle ceremonies, the wine and cheese rituals, the opening of new concepts like the Club Millesime, all have put the Sofitel in Manila at par with its top sister properties around the world. But what we're about to see surpasses anything we've experienced so far. The brand new Imperial Residence and adjoining suite.
Bonjour, welcome to Imperial Residence.
Thank you so much. This is the Imperial Residence. It's a collection of suites on the top floor of the hotel. It's made up of 4 fully customizable suites and, of course, the gem of the hotel. What else? The main suite called the Imperial Suite. Let's take a look. It's equivalent to what other deluxe hotels call a presidential suite. Only this is grander and with a colorful presidential past. Few will recognize it as a former Imperial Suite which hosted heads of state, visiting royalty and international celebrities. At one point, it was even nicknamed the Imelda Suite, named after the former First Lady, who had a personal hand in its construction and who was herself a frequent guest. The capiz shells that once adorned the suite have been preserved, but everything else has been replaced and exquisitely updated to modern tastes and lifestyles, yet somehow still tied to tradition.
The hotel has a tradition, is since many years in the market and has a history. So we engaged our well-renowned Japanese designer called Spin Design. The inspiration for them was how we can get French elements into a Filipino environment. Many of the elements they used in this property are inspired by Filipino designers from national artists. The material they used, the mother of pearl, certain furniture set up from Cebu. It's very much a mix of different areas, and I think it really matches because it doesn't give this, it's not a modern feel, it's more a kind of colonial feel.
It's the same feel we've found in Sofitel's top properties around the globe, like the Grand in Amsterdam. It's that intoxicating mix of local history, French elegance, and modern aesthetics. It's the real deal with only the best materials. Genuine leather wall panels from Europe, artisanal furniture from the Philippines, metal sculptures by national artist Ed Castrillo. In the kitchen, heavy-duty appliances for the use of guests. And our favorite, these high-tech features and state-of-the-art fixtures in the toilet and bath. all convey an atmosphere of high luxury worthy of a suite with a name like Imperial, but hardly as stuffy as the title might imply, and nothing as, well, imeldific as its history would suggest.
The concept of Sofitel is to create a residential feel. We did not want the guest to feel like he's in a hotel and want to go away from the normal suite feel. So when you walk into our place, it looks like in a residential feel.
To achieve this, the open plan design common in most presidential suites was thrown out, and in its place, separate suites that could be instantly customized according to a guest's needs. If a standalone executive office is required, voila, the suite can be transformed into one, literally overnight with equipment needed installed. If a VIP requests for a private gym, yes, that too can be arranged, and the bedroom quickly filled with exercise facilities from the main gym. Personal trainer included, if the guest so wishes. The suites were purposely built to convert into any space a guest desires, and the one I'd most wish for is a personal spa. Well, wish granted. Looking at this temporary spa, complete with foot bath, therapy table, candles, and an expert masseuse from the hotel's Le Spa, it's hard to imagine this as a bedroom just a day before. In short, anything can be arranged or rearranged to host a cocktail party with friends or business partners, for example. Or a private dinner with the ultimate luxury any foodie can wish for, your own kitchen, complete with a personal chef. The concept of in-room dining is definitely no longer new. And neither is providing guests with their own personal chef. But what the Sofitel does that's new, however, is that it makes this experience both interactive and personal. Before checking in, the hotel staff researches your personal favorites and dietary preferences. And with this in mind, the staff prepare what ought to please you. The chef remembers all the stuff I enjoy, like tuna tartare, which she made into bite-sized pearls, foie gras, seared and topped with bitter marmalade and figs, smoked Norwegian salmon, capped with a generous serving of caviar. Yes, even caviar straight from the tin. Now, the great thing about this setup is it's all very informal. It's just like cooking and eating at home, which means you can tell the chef how you want your food, and of course you can ask questions, even taste the food while she's cooking it. This is something you can't do in any hotel restaurant, and again, it's just like being at home, except that you don't get this kind of professional cooking or impeccable service at home. The dining area is large enough to entertain friends or extended family. Consider the hotel's wine cellar and pantry as yours. You can have anything brought up to the Imperial Suite in an instant. That's what your dedicated staff is there for.
Thank you. Very good.
Personalized and on-call service is what you get at the Imperial Suite, apart from a personal butler who's literally just a few steps away and at your beck and call. Thank you so much, Benny. You can also opt for a personal shopper, a personal concierge, even a personal executive assistant, and it's all part of the package. Your privacy, of course, is always respected, and the staff seems to know exactly when you need them. Like, say, for preparing the bath, for turning down the bed, for replenishing the goodies in the room, and for setting up that most enjoyable way to experience Manila Bay's legendary sunsets.
As spectacular as the Imperial Suite is, this is what you might call the highlight of your experience here. It is the nearest and most complete view of Manila Bay from any building in the area.
For me, the wow factor is here actually the location. When you open up the balcony, we actually reassessed the balcony nearly 4.5 meters into the property. So when you walk in and you open up the curtains, you're overlooking the Bay Area. Once I spoke to Ms. Imelda Marcos about the positioning of the hotel, and the way it was built was really that this suite is actually facing the maximum of the Bay Area. So this is what we tried to work out, to make sure that the small short balconies we had, we extended them into a 21 square balcony, and I think that's our main feature, the view.
As you can see, for guests of the Imperial Suite, sky is the limit as far as options for pampering yourself. It could be anything, like a chopper ride around the city, or in my case, a nice cocktail just before sunset. Ah, here it is. Thank you.
An investment of more than $1 million was poured into renovating the aging Imperial Suite, and results are absolutely spectacular. But the architects and Sofitel management readily admit no amount of money can buy you a view like this. And we agree. It's enough to convince you that you don't need to travel too far away from home when you can have a home away from home like this.
And that's all for this episode of Executive Class. I'm David Sogran. Thanks for watching.